Om Sai Vidmahe Satyadevaya Dhimahi Tanna Sarva Prachodayat. Om Sai Vidmahe Satyadevaya Dhimahi Tanna Sarva Prachodayat. Om Sai Vidmahe Satyadevaya Dhimahi Tanna Sarva Prachodayat. Humble pranams at the lotus feet of our divine Father and Mother. Today I shall use Father before Mother. It's Father's Day. Our divine Father, Sai, apart from being that loving mother, also ensures that he instills the core values of discipline, the core values of respect for parents, and the core values of following the master so that you lead to your destination. And he has molded several people in that path, being that divine father and mother. And in this Sai Govind Satsangh series, we have seen so many wonderful blessed souls who have had the merit and the blessing or the bhagya of being in Sai fold. And our speaker for today, who is not new, who has been with us last week, after a career in teaching on the subject of political science, has had his spiritual journey where Swami brought him into the organization, where he has served in various roles, teaching Balvikas, being the spiritual convener, going on to become a leader of the state of Kerala, being the state president for over 18 years, and as always, inspiring people along the path, blessed by Swami's guidance along the way. Now continuing the journey in leadership as the head of the South Zone of the Sri Sathya Sai Seva organizations of India, Professor Mukundan, a very humble person who gave us some very key messages of obeying Swami last week and following his teachings. And being Father's Day today, and having set the tone on the father aspect of Swami, I'm keen as you are to hear what Swami has to say through him in this Sai Govind Satsang series today. Sai Ram to you, sir, and looking forward to hearing Swami speak through you. Sai Ram.
Most beloved Swami, with love and gratitude, I place myself at thy divine lotus feet. Sisters and brothers, loving Sai Ram to all of you, and I pray to my beloved Lord for the blessing and permission to start today's satsang. Happy Father's Day. And I pray to Swami to bless all fathers and grandfathers. And I remember with gratitude my own father, who is responsible in making me what I am today. And on this happy occasion of Father's Day, we know that, as Brother Venkat told us, Swami is our divine father and mother. And let us see today what all things are required to be with this divine father, so that the divine father will be happy and proud of us. And let us see what are the things that we should have to be with this divine father 24/7. One day Swami asked a question to the students who told Bhagawan, you are our father and mother. Swami asked them, Do you really believe that? Do you really believe that I am your father and mother? There was no answer. On another occasion, Swami asked, when you are taking Arati, Mangala, offering Arati to Swami, you say, Mada Pida Guru Deivam. We say Mada Pida Guru Deivam, why we are offering Arati to Swami? Swami asked, are you offering the Arati, Mangala Arati, with this feeling that I am your father and mother? Do you have that feeling when you are offering Arati to me? Now let us see what all things will make this Divine Father happy and proud of us. A few years back, at Vrindavan, we know, there was no Sai Ramesh Hall. It was a beautiful Sai Ram shed. Many of you may be remembering that, with a big tree, and under that, the Sai Ram shed. And for the construction of the Sai Ramesh Hall, this tree, there was decision to cut off this tree. And when the branches were cut off, chopped off, in one branch where the position, that position they could see Swami's smiling face on the branch of the tree. This was reported to Swami. Swami, your divine smiling face was there when we cut that branch. And beautiful Swami's reply. Swami said, that tree has served thousands and thousands devotees. Swami said, not only the branch, not only the trunk of the tree, every leaf of that tree has got my mark. Every leaf of that tree has got my mark, my stamp, my smiling face, because that tree has served thousands and thousands of my devotees. So with this, the message is very clear. How to make, even a tree can do that. The message is very clear, how to make our beloved Divine Father and Mother happy. And just we were discussing with Brother Venkat about punctuality at the time. This happened many years before in Kerala. It was the divine visit to Kerala. And the organizers announced, tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, there will be divine discourse. 7:30, Swami reached the outskirts of the town and waited there. And the devotees with Swami asked, Swami, why we are so early? Bhagawan said, they told the devotees, they have informed the devotees that the divine discourse will be at 8 o'clock. Swami said, I should honor their word. This sentence Swami, you told. I should honor their word. If God is honoring the words of devotees, how much care we should take to honor the divine word? That is another important point we should remember. This is not a new thing. A few years back, when we took our youth members to Prasanthi Nilayam, because last week I was sharing 18 years, 17 years, continuously we were taking our youth to Prasanthi Nilayam or Vrindavan, wherever Bhagawan physically there at that time. And first day of the youth pilgrimage started with Swami's discourse, divine discourse. And when Swami was concluding the divine discourse, Swami said, now the state president will give other instructions. I was surprised because I was not thinking of any instructions at that point of time. But when Bhagawan told that state president will give the next instruction, I got up. After taking Swami's permission and blessing, I went to the mic podium. I just informed all the youth members, nearly 2,000 at that time. I just requested them for the afternoon session. All of you be here by 2:30 so that don't be late. You should be here by 2:30 so that when Swami comes for darshan, all of us will be here. Usually, Yajurmandir, Swami comes down by 3 o'clock or 3:10. On that particular day, Swami came down by 2 o'clock. And all those who were in Yajurmandir usually they will be there. Ask Swami, Swami, why you are so early today? Swami said, he had made an announcement that everybody should be in the Sai Convent hall by 2:30. So I am also going. See, the God response. So Swami is very particular about punctuality, the time, keeping the time. Swami used to say, if your name is in the invitation in the program, you should reach there. There should not be any excuse. If your name is there, you should be there. And you should, Swami was very particular about time also. Be there 15 minutes before. At least 50 minutes before the function, you should be there. So this is to be with this Divine Father. This punctuality, this quality, this value is very much important. Another point that we should remember, on many occasions we forget that Swami is God. Often this happens. Many occasions we often feel that Swami is God. This happened during the first cardiology conference at Prashant Nilayam, the conference of the cardiologists from all over the world. It was in the college auditorium. Swami gave the inaugural address, divine discourse. And in the divine discourse, Swami was referring about cholesterol, all the medical terms Swami was referring to. The doctors who were coming for the first time to Prashant Nilayam, surprised. And many things Swami, because Swami knows everything, many things they were not ready to accept in the medical things. They were not ready to accept. After the inaugural divine discourse, all the doctors were sitting in different groups for discussion. Swami was moving and Swami came near to one group where overseas doctors and so many people were sitting and they were discussing. Swami was standing. All the doctors were sitting. They just looked at Swami and continued their discussion. Swami was standing and all of them were sitting. MBA boys, students who were undergoing the MBA course, were standing in the veranda for serving coffee, tea, and snacks. They got so much, they became unhappy because even when Swami was standing near them, they are not getting up, they are not offering a chair to Swami. They were very much agitated. By that time, Swami was slowly moving to the MBA students. Swami just looked at them. Their faces were very angry faces. Swami said, don't worry. Don't worry. Swami told them, don't worry. They don't know that Swami is God. This was the sentence given by Swami. They don't know that Swami is God. Many times we forget. So what is needed is, we should always remember that we are with God. We are with loving God. We are with living God. This faith should be with us always. Another important thing we have to remember is, Swami is totally positive. What a personification of positive nature. Totally positive. And Swami used to say, if you would like to be with Divine Father and Mother, Swami used to say, you also should be positive. And Swami gives a simple example. Oil can be merged with oil. Oil cannot be merged with water. Oil can be merged with oil. Oil cannot be merged with water. Positive nature alone can merge with positive nature. Negative nature cannot merge with negative nature. So, next important aspect is, to be with Swami, we should be positive and we should not be negative. On another occasion, there was a skit before Bhagawan by Swami's students. And in this particular skit, Swami was giving, in the particular skit, it so happened that it was about exploitation of the people. During the time of slavery, there was exploitation. Landowners were exploiting the farmers. All those types of historical description of exploitation was in that small skit. And when that small drama was over, Swami came to the students and the teachers, and Swami asked them, who arranged this drama, small drama? The teacher came forward. And Swami asked them, why you are explaining the problem? Why you are not concentrating on the solution? If you are focusing on the problem, what is the difference between you with me and the people outside? Very important point. If you are concentrating, if you are focusing on the problem, what is the difference between you, the people who are with me, and the people outside? Then Swami told them, focus on the solution. Everybody knows the problems. So in your life, focus on the solution and not on the problem. That's another important teaching Swami has given us, to be with him. It was a time of an important festival at Prasanthi Nilayam. And senior official went to Swami and asked Bhagawan, Swami, the festival is coming, Swami. We pray for divine discourse. Swami told them, why I should give a divine discourse? Not even 5% of the people are following, Swami said. Not even 5% of the people are following. Then Swami said, we know that there are two metallic lions on both sides of the dais of the Sai Kulwant hall. Swami said, these lions are better than you people. These lions imbibe my messages better than you. They understand my discourses better than you, Swami told. So what is needed is, as we analyzed during the last Sunday, we have to follow his commands for being with him. Often we know, Swami used to remind us also, if you take one step, I will take 10 steps. And Swami beautifully explains, what is this one step and 10 steps? It was the time of Swayamvara, marriage of Arjuna. Lord Krishna was also with them. And the test was very severe, as we know, that artificial fish was there. It will be revolving. Arjuna has to see the water down, and he has to send the arrow to exactly to the eye of that fish. And Lord Krishna was advising Arjuna, do this way, do that way. Then Arjuna thought, what is the need? I am a great warrior. What is the need for Lord Krishna to advise me so much? He asked Lord Krishna, what you will do for me in this test? Lord Swami says, Krishna said, I will do what you cannot do. I will do that which you cannot, which is impossible for you. Arjuna asked, what is impossible for me? Arjuna, you have to see the reflection of the eye of the fish, and then you have to send the arrow. Water is flowing. You cannot stop the water for even for a single second. I will stop the water. I will make the water still so that the reflection will be clear. Then you can send your arrow. Swami said, this is when you are ready. When Arjuna was ready, Krishna was ready to give that which Arjuna cannot do, could not do. Swami said, this is when you take one step, I will take 100 steps. Swami said, when you take one step, I will take 100 steps. And I had a beautiful experience at Vrindavan. Years back, nearly 20, 25 or 26 years back. It was Vishu time, Kerala New Year, just like Onam, another New Year day, Vishu. And suddenly, then state president came to me and said, Mukundan, you have to speak in the divine presence today. And the first sentence in my speech was this: if we take one step, Swami will take 100 steps. If we take one step, Swami will take 100 steps. Swami started the divine discourse with that sentence. Mukunda said, if you take one step, I will take 100. Yes, I will. If you take one step, I will take 100 steps. But remember, that one step should be in the right direction. The one step that you are taking should be in the right direction. If it is in the right direction, I will take 100 steps towards you. If you are taking that step in the wrong direction, I will keep away. I will take 100 steps away from you. That's very important. So to be with Swami, it is must that we should take the one step in the right direction so that Swami will take thousands and thousands steps towards us. And regarding the positive nature, that is another beautiful experience from another beautiful teaching from Swami. It was the youth pilgrimage at Vrindavan. And we had a drama by the youth members. And when Swami was coming after bhajan and arati, I was waiting near the pathway where Swami will be going to the Trai. Swami asked, when is drama? Swami, whenever you say. Then Swami said, when everything is ready, you come there and inform me. 4:45, I went to and just show my face to Swami. Swami asked me to come inside. Swami told me, Swami, everything is ready. Swami said, sit down. Swami, what is the theme of the drama? I said, Swami, the theme of the drama is only with Bhagawan messages, the problems of today can be solved. Your messages are the only solution for modern problems. Swami asked, how do you know? Being a teacher with utter foolishness, I began to tell Swami, Swami, take a bottle. And suppose we are pouring water into the bottle, air will go out naturally. Swami, similarly, when your messages are going inside, negativism will go outside, Swami. Swami sarcastically told me, hey, keep your bottle in the corner and come back. Then Swami said, both positivism and negativism are inside. Nothing to come from outside. Positive nature is inside, and negative nature is also inside. When you strengthen your positive nature inside, the degree of the negative nature will come down, naturally will come down. And Swami said, your responsibility is strengthen the positive nature so that the negative nature will be nothing. Nothing will be there. Nothing will be there. Just like we are deleting the unnecessary mail in our computer or laptop. When the necessary mails will be coming in the screen, Swami said, delete all those things that are not needed so that there will be only the positive things in us. This is a very important message Swami has given. To be with Swami, we should be positive, and all negativism should be rooted out from our mind. Swami said so. Another important point, it was the time for Swami to leave Kodaikanal from Prasanthi Nilayam. And before that, Swami told, as we know, some students will be selected to accompany Swami. Swami told those students, this time, I am arranging a new AC bus for you. And AC bus, we can say that time, near the tool room. Even now, you can see that. I am arranging a new AC bus for you. Students were very happy. Swami, very happy, Swami. Swami asked them, which seat you will offer to me? In the bus, which seat you will be offering to me? Students said, Swami, everything belongs to you, Swami. You can sit wherever you like. Swami became a little upset and serious also. The smile on the divine face has gone away. Swami told them, I was not expecting this reply from you. I thought you will be giving me another reply. And Swami said, do you know what is that reply? Swami, you can sit here, Swami. This is the seat for you, Swami. I thought you will say that. Swami, this is the seat for you. If you had given that reply, 32 students were there. We 64 were moving to Kodaikanal. They're going to Kodaikanal. I will be in each and every heart. If you have given that answer, Swami, this is your seat. That is very important. This is the seat for Swami. We have to keep it clean, neat, clean, pure, so that the Swami can sit there. This also very important message given by Swami, how Swami can be with us. This is a story. A very big painting exhibition was there. The artist was also there. How Swami can come inside, that's the point. Artist was also there. And hundreds of people were coming to visit the exhibition. They were watching each and every painting. And one painting was this. It was the picture of a human heart. Human heart with a door. Door is there. Door was there in the human heart. Jesus, Lord Jesus was waiting there as if to go inside. Some people could not understand what does it mean. So they called the artist. Hey, we didn't understand what is the meaning of this picture, this painting. And they asked the painter, the artist, where is the handle for, if it is a door, there should be a handle. There is no handle on the door. Then the artist said, for the human heart, handle is inside and not outside. It cannot be opened from outside. It can be opened only from inside. Only we can open it. That is why Swami said, I am waiting. I am waiting at your doorstep. When you open the window and door, sunlight comes in. Similarly, I am waiting for you to open the door of your heart, where the handle is only inside. You alone can open it. So open it so that I can come inside. I can reside there. This is also very important, because only if we will, we should open our heart, because Swami is waiting near our door. At the doorstep, Swami is waiting. One day somebody asked Swami, Swami, why are you giving so many tests for the devotees? So many tests for the devotees. Swami gave this beautiful answer. Swami said, suppose you are planting a sapling of a fruit-bearing tree. You cannot have the fruits on the next day or the next year. It has to grow. After some time, you can see that one flower is blossoming. It will become a fruit. Similarly, when you are having a good thought in your heart, in your mind, I will wait. I will check whether that thought is strong enough. Are you determined to have that thought? Are you determined to follow that thought? That is why I am giving you the test. My tests are my tasting. My tests are my tasting. I am tasting your determination. I am tasting your faith. I am tasting your conviction. Then Swami said, Bangaru, all tests are for promotion. All examinations are for giving promotion. Examination may be difficult, but remember, all examinations are for giving promotion. Another important point that we should keep in mind when we are with Swami, what we should ask Bhagawan. Swami used to say, some people will go to the wish-fulfilling tree, Kalpa Vriksha, and ask for coffee powder. Swami said, what is the use of asking coffee powder from a Kalpa Vriksha? What we should ask? And Swami gives this beautiful anecdote. Lord Narasimha came out of the pillar. We know the story. We know the incident. And did the Avadaric mission he did performed. Killed Hiranyakashipu. Divine face was very furious with anger. After that, Lord saw the boy Prahlada standing near. Immediately the face changed. It became so loving, so compassionate. Lord Narasimha asked Prahlada, my dear child, what do you want? Tell me what do you want, I will give you. Prahlada told the Lord, my Lord, don't ask me that. Swami said, Don't ask me that, because last week we have seen that if I am asking you something and you are giving me, I will become the master. I don't want to become the master. Then Lord said, Prahlad, wherever I go, wherever I appear, I will ask the devotee, what do you want? That's my nature. I will ask, what do you want? Then Prahlada said, Lord, my Lord, if you are very particular that you should give me a boon, give me this boon. Lord asked him, what boon you want, my child? This boon, that I will never ask you anything. I will never ask you anything, because I am happy with what you are giving. I will never ask you anything because I am happy with what you are giving, Swami said. This should be our attitude. To be with Swami, having full faith, complete faith in him, having the faith that whatever Swami does is good for me. Swami knows better than me what I should have. With that faith, Swami says, this is as Prahlada, as the child, small child Prahlada, this should be what we should ask our Lord. And when we are in that position, Swami says, when we say, Lord, give whatever you like, Swami, I don't want, I will never ask anything, Swami says, then you will be asking for Master himself. At that point of time, you will have that much of spiritual maturity to ask for Lord himself. And there is a beautiful story given by Swami. It was again an exhibition. And this exhibition is arranged by the king of that land. And this exhibition had a uniqueness. You can go to the exhibition, you can take whatever you like, and you need not pay anything. That was the peculiarity or uniqueness of that exhibition. You can take whatever you like, need not pay any amount for that. And Swami says, one lady came. She was going to one stall to another, again another stall, and came to the last stall. And there was somebody sitting there. The lady asked, can I get anything I wish? Can I get anything I wish? That man said, of course, madam, you can take anything you like, and you need not pay for anything. Then she asked, can I see the king? Why should you see the king? The man said, you can take anything. No, I should see the king. She was very persistent. I should meet the king. At last the king asked, oh lady, what do you want? You can take anything. Why should you ask? Why you were asking for meeting me? Then the lady said, Majesty, can I have anything I like? Yes, you can take anything you like. Your Majesty, I want to have you. I want to have you, king. I want to have you. King, why? Why you are asking for me? Swami beautifully says, then the lady said, oh Lord, if I am having you with me, the entire exhibition is mine. Not only one or two items, the entire exhibition becomes mine when you are with me. That is why I am asking for you, Swami said. When you are asking for Swami, when you are asking for God, when you are praying for to get the Lord, everything becomes yours. Everything becomes yours. And Swami said, this is the way you should pray to Swami, and this is what we should ask Swami. One day, it was a Trai session. Trai session, you know, after Bhajan and Arati at Vrindavan, Swami will go to the hall. All the students and teachers and guests will go to Trai, inside Trai, and Swami will be talking to them. Some speeches will be there. And on that particular day, Swami asked one of the professors of the Vrindavan campus to give a speech. He beautifully, he's a very good speaker, we know. Beautifully, he was speaking. And at one point of time, he said, I am sure that Swami will give me whatever I want in future also. Swami will be giving me, Swami will be taking care of me in future also. Swami asked him to stop. The professor immediately stopped his speech. Swami asked him, how do you know? How do you know that I will take care of you in future also? How do you know? The professor became a little embarrassed. Inside he prayed, Swami, what answer I should give Swami? Immediately came the reply. Swami gave him the reply internally. Professor said, Swami, till this split of second, till this split of second, Swami gave me everything. Whatever I need, Swami gave me. So that I am confident that in my future days also, Swami will give me whatever I need. Swami became very happy. And Swami said, continue. That is the thing. The faith in Swami. Swami, who has taken care of all these years, all these days, Swami will take care of in future also. This faith, this understanding, this awareness will help us to be with Swami. Once an elderly devotee asked Swami inside the interview room, Swami, what is our role in Sathya Sai organization? What is our role in Sathya Sai mission? What is our role in Sathya Sai mission? Swami said, absolutely nothing. Everybody was surprised. Swami is telling that there is no role for you in Sathya Sai mission. Everybody was surprised. Nothing, absolutely nothing. After a second, Swami continued, but Sathya Sai organization has got a role in you. Sathya Sai organization has got a role for you, that is, transform yourself. That is the only purpose of Sathya Sai mission, to transform you all. That is the mission. And that is the message of Swami on transformation. Transform self to transform the world. That is our responsibility, Swami is reminding us. Bhagawan wants us to make him as an integral part of our life. Just see what is the priority position of Swami. When I came to Sathya Sai organization in 1977 and became a Balvikas Guru, Swami was one of the priorities in my life. One of the priorities in my life when I came in 1977, 45 years before. Later, Swami became the first priority. Other priorities were there. First priority. And our prayer should be, Swami, when you will be the only priority in my list, Swami. Then you will be the only priority, no other priority, because Swami will take care of everything. That is the point. Swami becoming integral part of our life. Not only integral part of our life, Swami becoming the center of our life, the central point of our life. To understand this, once a speaker in Prashanthi Nilayam, Sai Govind Hall, he was speaking in the divine presence. He was referring to the story of 19 camels, which everybody knew. One merchant had 19 camels. When he was passing, he was on the deathbed, he made a will. 19 camels, half should go to the eldest son. 1/4 should go to the second son. 1/5 should go to the third son. This was will. And after the death of the father, demise of the father, the 3 sons were very perplexed because they were confused how to divide the camel. At that time, a wise man came, asked what is the problem. When he realized the problem, he added his camel to that, which became 20. 20 camels total. Half, 10 for the eldest son. 1/4, 5 to the second son. 1/5, 4 to the third son. Everything was divided perfectly when the 20th camel was added. And the wise man took his camel and went away. After the speech, Swami went to the interview room after Arati. As usual, few students were also there. Swami asked them, what is the message of the story? What is the most important message of that story? Students gave different. Swami, 19 camels beautifully divided, many answers they gave. Swami said, not that. The most important aspect of that story is adding the 20th camel into your life. Adding the 20th camel into your life. That 20th camel is, Swami said, God for us, Swami. That 20th camel is Swami. When we add Swami in our life, when we make Swami as the integral part of our life, we can see that there comes the end for all our problems. And how to add Swami to our life. How to add Swami to our life. How to make Swami an integral part of our life. We can take the example of the mobile phone. Mobile phone is having entire data. 300, 400 telephone numbers are there. So many mails are there. So many thousands of WhatsApp messages are there. But I can see that only when I switch on the mobile. All the data is there. Every data is there. But to get that data, to connect to that data, I have to switch on my mobile. We have to switch on. And we should have the range. We should have the range, divine range, where we can get connected to Swami. And there is a beautiful incident that happened in the veranda at Prashanthi Nilaya. An Italian, a brother from Italy, was sitting in the veranda with closed eyes. He was having a paper packet in his hand. Swami came out. Swami, he looked at Swami. Swami asked this young man, "Hey, what is in the paper cover? What is the cover?" He said, "Swami, this is a garland the Pujari gave me from the mandir." Swami asked him, "What you are going to do with that?" "Swami, I will take it back to Italy and I will preserve in my puja room." Swami walked on. He became so inspired. Swami talked to him. He became so inspired, closed his eyes, and he was meditating. Swami came to the last portion of the veranda. Swami asked the teacher, "Go to that man and tell him tomorrow morning I will give him interview." This is a great lesson Swami was teaching us. Tell him that I will give you an interview. I will call him for an interview tomorrow morning. This professor asked another teacher also to come with him. Swami went for darshan. And both of them went to this young man. He was in deep meditation, closed his eyes, touched his shoulder. "Brother," he opened his eyes. He said, "What a vibration." He was telling, "What a vibration, what a vibration." The two teachers told him, "Swami has told us that Swami will be calling you tomorrow morning for interview." Sairam. They went back. And when they were coming back, one professor asked the other person, "Hey, why we are not feeling that vibration?" He was telling that, "What a vibration, what a vibration." Why we are not feeling that vibration? The other teacher told him, answered his query, answered his question. "Hey, probably the position of our antenna may not be right. The position of our antenna may not be right to catch the divine vibration." Brothers and sisters, that is the point. To be with Swami, the mind is our antenna. Its position should be correct. If its position is correct, we can be with Swami ever, for ever and ever. Another thing we have to remember at this juncture is a beautiful incident happened in Purnandra Auditorium. When Swami was physically present, devotees used to send so many things for Swami because of their love. Shaving cream, the perfumes, toothbrush, everything, the best in the market, they used to send to Swami. When they accumulated too much, when the number increasing like anything, Swami will call all the boy students of the Prashanthi campus and school, and Swami will ask the boys to distribute everything to the boys. Swami will also be there in the Purnandra Auditorium. One day, Swami called all the boys. Swami was distributing, and everybody was watching first what I got. Oh, I got a typist. Then I am looking to both sides what my friends have got. By this time, Swami was moving to the dais. Near the dais, Swami said, and Swami asked, "Who wants me? Who wants me?" Everybody was looking at the item they got from Swami. Nobody was watching Swami. "Who wants me?" Nobody is attending. Swami again asked, "Who wants me?" Nobody was giving. Again, with a loud noise, Swami asked, "Who wants me?" Everybody looked at Swami. Brothers and sisters, This is our position. We have got so many things. Swami has given us so many things in our life, worldly life. We are looking everything, but often we forget to see Swami, who is asking this question. I have given you all these things, but who wants me? Who wants me? The only priority in our life. We don't know in which Janma we are going to that. That's maturity, spiritual maturity, to ask Swami, Swami, you are my only priority. You are my only choice in my life. Who wants me? That question should be always in our ears. Who wants me? Best example. Swami Amrudananda came to Prashanthi for divine darshan. Swami Amrudananda was called to the interview room. And in the course of the interview, Swami was just moving his divine hands. We know that is for creating something. It was a great lesson to show how Swami Amrudananda, how much he was attached to Swami. Swami was just waving the divine hand, moving the divine hand, encircling the divine hand. Amrudananda prayerfully caught hold of Swami's hand. He said, Swami, I don't want the creation, Swami. I am looking only for the creator. Amrudananda told Bhagawan, Swami, I don't want anything created by Swami. Swami, I am having, they have given me everything. I want you, Swami. I will be happy only with you, Swami. Great lesson from inside the interview room. And Swami is teaching when Swami Amrudananda came to Prashanthi. How today, Father's Day, how to be his children, how to be his child. We know, yes, say, I, Sai. Yes, I is Sai. Read from this side. IAS, and not the Indian Administrative Service. What is IAS here? To become his child, to become Swami's child. IAS is needed. What is IAS? Intention, pure intention in my life, pure intention. What is A? Action for executing these intentions. yes, action for executing these intentions. Yes stands for surrender. Swami, you are the doer. I am not the doer. Once a drama was there from London. Beautiful drama. Swami became very happy. Swami came to the interview room. After reaching the interview room, all the participants, all the actors, participants were there. Swami asked a simple question. Who is the director? Who is the director of the drama? It was so beautiful. Swami was very happy, immensely happy. Swami asked, who is the director? At last, when Swami asked again, the director had a delicacy to tell Swami that I am the director. He has got a doubt, Swami, I am the director. No, he had a delicacy to say that. He said, Swami, you are the director, Swami. You are the director. I am only the assistant director. That was his reply. Very politely, with humility, he said, Swami, you are the director, Swami. I am only the assistant director. There came the beautiful reply from Swami. Avatar doesn't need the assistant director. Avatar doesn't need assistants. Avatar needs only instruments. That's the beautiful reply Swami has given to him. Avatar doesn't need assistants. Avatar needs only instruments. Swami wants only the instruments. And Swami doesn't want assistant. That was the clear reply. So we should have intention, pure intention. We should have action based on that intention, because Swami says, intention without action is meaningless. You may have good thoughts, but if you are not putting into practice those good thoughts, it is meaningless. Swami said, action should be on the basis of pure intention. And lastly, We should have surrender. Surrender. Swami, you are the doer, Swami. One day it so happened. Somebody was inviting Swami for the Graha Pravesham, housewarming. He told Bhagawan, Swami, my housewarming is on such and such a date. My housewarming is on such and such a date. Swami asked him, whose housewarming? He again said, Swami, my housewarming is on such and such a date. Swami again asked him, whose housewarming? Then he realized, Swami, your housewarming on such and such a day. Swami smiled and asked him, what is the need of you inviting me for my housewarming? Swami alone is the doer. Swami alone is just like we are taking the water, the pure holy water from Ganges, and again giving the water again back to Ganges. Swami says, everything I have given you. Everything, Swami is the owner. We are not the owner. Swami is the doer. We are only the instruments in the divine hand. We are only the instruments in the divine hand. So this aspect, this is a very important thing, to be with Swami. How to be with Swami? IAS. Sai into IAS. Pure intention. Action on the basis of intention. And surrender. And always feel that Swami is above us. Swami is below us. Swami is around us. One day Swami asked the students, where is God? Where is God? Where is Swami? Swami asked. Students gave different answers. Swami said, you are fish. You are fish, just like the fish. I am like water. Fish is above the, water is above the fish, below the fish, on both sides also. Everywhere water is there. And inside also water is there. I am like that. I am above you. I am below you. I on both sides. I'll tell you a beautiful lesson taught by Swami. One day Swami asked, what are the activities in Kerala? I was telling Bhagawan, I was describing, took about each and every activity. Swami became very happy. And Swami asked, can you tell all these activities in the Sai Kulat to everybody? Then while explaining all these activities in Kerala, I was placing at the divine lotus feet the activities that are going inside the forest. What is happening inside the forest? Tribal people. I informed Bhagawan, Swami, with your grace, Swami, we are serving the tribal people inside the forest also, Swami. Then foolishly I told Bhagawan, the forest officials asked our Sevadal brothers, have you got any fear to go inside the forest? Inside the forest may not be safe. Swami, proudly I told Bhagawan, that is a very foolish thing on my part. I told Bhagawan, Swami, your Sevadal members, Swami Sevadal brothers, informed the forest officials. Swami is in the front. Swami is in the back. Why should we? Why fear? Because Swami is in the front. Swami is in the... When I told this sentence to Bhagawan, immediately Swami asked, then who is in the middle? Then who is in the middle? Swami, I told Bhagawan, Swami is in the front, Swami is in the back. I told Bhagawan, Swami, Tapas, sorry, Swami. Sorry, Swami, Tapas, Swami. Because Swami is above us, Swami is below us, and Swami is on both. To be with Swami, minute attention, as all of you know, minute attention is needed. We should be ready for correction. I will give another example. It was the time of youth camp, and I was about to introduce two speakers, one gent speaker and one lady speaker. I have to introduce them. Unfortunately, while I was introducing, I told the devotees in the Sai Kulan hall, the speakers of today are first the name of the young man and the young lady. I use the word and, A and B, I told. Immediately, Swami called me near to him. Swami asked, why this and? Why this and? Immediately, Swami blessed me to get the idea. I went to the mic and said, I am under divine correction. The first speaker is so and so. The second speaker is so and so. Swami immediately loudly said, you should say like that. Swami said, Swami corrects us. Swami corrects us. Swami guides us. As Swami wrote to Sheshagiri, brother Sheshagiri Ravu, Swami hold our hand. They have seen that last Sunday. Swami hold our hands and Swami take to our destination. Take to the final goal. The only thing, we have to be extremely alert. We have to be extremely alert. We have to be extremely cautious. Every step we should be careful so that this journey will be the beautiful journey. And there's a beautiful story wrote by Rabindranath Tagore. Tagore wrote this is a beautiful story for all of us, a lesson for all of us. One man going up in a mountain, because God was residing above the mountain, big mountain, tall mountain. He was walking. He was going up and at last he reached the tip of the mountain. And there was a small, just like a small hut. And there was a board. Tagore says, in that board, there was a note. God is inside. God is inside. He was about to knock the door because he came there, he reached there to see God. About to knock the door. Then he looked down the mountain. He understood one thing. The journey was also so happy. The journey was also so divine. The journey was also blissful. The journey to see God. The journey to reach God. Tagore says, Tagore wrote, Rabindranath Tagore wrote, the journey was also so beautiful. The journey was also so blissful. So blissful. A very beautiful lesson from Gitanjali of Rabindranath Tagore. Brothers and sisters, not only reaching Swami, the journey to Swami is also so beautiful. Every split of second is blissful because we are going with Swami. We are moving with Swami. The destination is with us. Destination is, suppose I am coming to Singapore, the destination is far away. Here the destination is Swami alone. Here the destination is also coming with us. Holding our hand, brothers and sisters, holding our hand. If you can take that one step, as happened for Arjuna from Lord Krishna, if you can take that one step in the right direction, what Swami told us at Vrindavan, in the right direction, Swami is ever ready. Swami is waiting. Swami is waiting. And there is a beautiful, Swami, that we will conclude. There is a beautiful anecdote, Swami said, Gajendra. Gajendra was fighting for a long time from the crocodile to escape from the crocodile, touch of crocodile. Gajendra, at that time, Lord Vishnu was in Vaikuntha. Swami says, Vaikuntha, Lord Vishnu was murmuring, Gajendra, call me. Lord was murmuring, Gajendra, call me. At last, Gajendra called. Swami says, immediately Lord got up. Everything fall down. Sudarshan fall down. Lord was running. Devi asked, hey, where are you running? Hey, Gajendra called me. Swami says, Gajendra called me. Being with Swami, moving with Swami is the greatest adventure. That is why Dr. Murthy, Professor Kasturi's son, titled his book, Greatest Adventure. Journey to Swami is the greatest, name of the book is Greatest Adventure. Dr. Murthy, son of Professor Kasturi, the great geologist, he wrote this caption for the book, Greatest Adventure. Sisters and brothers, this is the greatest adventure. On this Father's Day, our Divine Father is waiting for us, waiting for our call, waiting our doorstep. The handle is inside. Human handle is inside. Let us open the handle. Swami will come inside and Swami will reside. Then our life will be fulfilled. I pray to beloved Lord, beloved Bhagawan, to bless all of us so that we will reach that stage where our life will be fulfilled. May beloved Bhagawan bless all of us. And with that prayer, I thank you all from the bottom of my heart for this great opportunity of sharing what Swami has taught us all. Jai Sai Ram.
Sai Ram, Sai Ram,
Sai Ram.
I, you know, I, I don't know what to say, but for those who joined in after the satsang started, there were a few points that Uncle and I were, or rather, I was speaking my mind of some thoughts that were there. I had no idea of what Uncle had prepared, and literally every point that I had raised to him has been addressed, and he has prepared it before I've spoken to him. This is the Lord. He has the answers. All we need is to seek. And when there is the yearning to seek, which is what Uncle said, the knob is there. You have to press the knob down to open the door to go inside. He can't take you inside. He'll show you the door. He'll show you the knob. But that opening the knob is our duty. And then the Lord is there, all for us, in our own private moment, if you want to call that. So, blessed satsang. I love the way how Uncle has used so many anecdotes, small, like what Swami does, Chinakathas. So, we were also talking about that, of how a story has to be short, precise, and go straight into you such that the understanding is automatic. And that is how the satsang has been the last 2 weeks. Let us all make our divine Sai Father proud that we are not just chosen people to come into his fold, but are worthy instruments that are available in his service, serving us in that process and uplifting us, because Swami gets nothing except our own upliftment, which is why we are all in the Sai fold. I would say we have time, and if any one of you has any questions, please do raise it. Sai Ram, you can either type or just unmute yourself and speak up, because you don't get these kind of chances where it's almost like a one-on-one session where you are having a question and you want to ask. There's no hesitation. It's family at the end of the day, all of us. There's nothing like a normal question, or is that a well thought one. What comes to your heart, ask the question, seek the answer, and get the answer. Yes, Brother Gururaj.
Sairam, Brother Venkat, Sairam, Mukundan, thank you so much for again another very message-filled evening. It's a very similar question which I requested your clarification on. This surrender thing, right? I have done so many times. It has never been there. Yeah, it is. It is like it is. I've surrendered so many times, which means I've never surrendered. Right. So the vicissitudes of life. I mean, when there are practically how to hold on to Swami in the ups and downs of life, brother. Meaning, Swami says, be stable. Don't get too elated by success, which is materialistic, or failures, which is also temporary in the Maya. So just provide your insights and a blessing.
Sai Ram. In the divine story of Bhagawan Tabovanam, there is a beautiful instance on that. A devotee asking Swami, Swami, how should I surrender at thy lotus feet? And Swami said, Bangaru, don't think about surrender. You are doing Namajapa. You are doing the Namasmarana. That itself is needed. In the present circumstances, don't think of surrender. Another point. Another answer that Swami has given. Swami actually teaching us. We we know that at Prashanti area, wherever Bhagawan physical presence was there, even now, after a function, there will be prasadam distribution. And usually Swami students will be bringing the prasadam and distributing among the devotees, all of us. And earlier, the prasadam were kept in the interview room, now outside in the Sai Govind hall. Earlier it was inside the interview room. Students will go inside the interview room, take the basins, come out. After distribution, they will return the prasadam, whatever left behind, and the basins inside the interview room. But they won't come out soon. They will wait there till Swami comes and will pray to Swami. Swami, please talk to us. One day, Swami asked them, sit down. And Swami asked them a very, very important question. Seems to be a very simple question, but having a great meaning. Swami asked them, why I am asking you to distribute the prasadam? Why I am instructing you to distribute the prasadam? Students kept silent. Then Swami said, in the life of everybody, every individual, there will be, just like you were telling, ups and downs. And Swami told us to, in your life also, there will be ups and downs. And when you are having problems in life, I will check what you have done as per my orders. Then I can see on these particular days, you have distributed the prasadam for devotees. Then I will shower all my grace on you so that you can come out of those problems in your personal life. So on one side, Namasmarana, and on this other side, Seva, serving others. These two combined together, Swami says in the Kali Yuga, these two are recent, these two are only needed to reach him. Sairam, sir.
Sir, excellent. Thank you very much. Really beautiful. One more thing which is very, it's in my mind. Children at their youth, graduating out of Balvikas, they're in the teens, reach an age of youth. They are very exposed to the outside world, and it is very difficult also to we do not want to force them into Swami's ways because they might turn negative and things like that. So how to hold them on, or at least make sure that the balance of both, because this modern age, the peer pressure and all is there. So they tend to get attracted to the outside, even though they have come through Balvikas. At some point of time, they are attracted we know they will come back to Swami, but we do not have answers for this particular age group. Sairam.
Permit me to give 2 points on this. Swami knows this well. One day after the birthday function, after the October Dasara function, students were going back to the campuses. It was time when Professor Kasturi was sitting with Swami inside the interview room. And they could hear, when the students are leaving, even today, Jai Bolo Bhagawan Sri Sathya Sai Baba ki Jai, with that voice, with that prayer, they will go out from Prashanti. Swami heard this, Kasturi also heard this. Swami became a little upset. Swami become upset means, little unhappy. Then Professor Kasturi thought that Swami became unhappy because his students are leaving after 2 months stay with Swami. Kasturi told, went for birthday, don't worry. Swami said, Kasturi, wherever they are with me. Whether Vrindavan, Ananta, wherever they are with me. I'm not worried about that. Kasturi, they are going back to the world. They are going back to 2 months they were with me. They are going back to the world. See the concern of Bhagawan. Secondly, Swami gives the story of a person, a villager, who had 2 dogs, one black and one white. Every Sunday, he will take these 2 dogs to the villagers and he will make them fight. He will ask the people around him which dog will be successful. And people will say he will collect money, small coins from everybody. whichever dog he decides will be successful. Either the white, he says, white dog will be successful, black dog will be successful, whatever he said will become successful. Then one young man after the show asked this man, hey uncle, can you tell me, what is the secret of this? What is the secret of this? He said, there is no much secret in this. If I decide that next Sunday, white dog should be successful, I will not feed the dark dog, the dog dark in color. So it will be weak. So it will be defeated. White dog will become successful. Next week, if I decide that the black dog will become the winner, I won't feed the white dog. So it will be weak and the black dog will become the winner. Swami said, this black dog and the white dog are inside you. And for the youth and the Balvikas children, what we can do is pour them with good things, so that the white dog will be always strong. And don't give any food for the dog which represents the negativity. White dog represents the positivity. Feed the white dog. Don't feed anything. If we can do that, surely with Swami's grace, we can guide, we can mold the youngsters in our fold. Sai Ram, sir.
Sai Ram, brother. Thank you very much.
Absolutely inspiring. Any one of you who might have questions, we do have time, so please feel free to unmute yourself and ask. The answers are so beautiful. Absolutely precise. Again, Brother Gururaj, you have no idea, these questions have been coming up before the satsang and it's continuing through different sources, so the answers are getting only reiterated the Swami way of and precise examples and reference points as well for us. Any one of you who might have any other questions, I'll leave it open for a minute if anyone has it. Uncle, how has your journey been in where Swami has become the center of your life? Maybe just a brief thing. What was your transition? I'm sure, like us too, you have had the surgeon wherein you were working, then you had Sai activities coming in at various levels, and then now you have leadership roles. How has that process happened for you? I mean, how have you faced that? I'm sure it's a big-ended question, but I'm sure as a teacher you would be able to pinpoint it with one or two precise turning points that made Swami the center of your life, or everything revolving around Swami.
Sai Ram, brother, only Swami knows where he stands in my priority list. But what Swami has blessed me to realize is the fact that whatever is being done or whatever is being carried out, everything is planned by him and everything is done by him. Even I am astonished at the result of all these programs. In one youth conference, Swami asked me, how many are coming? I prayed, Bhagawan, with your blessings, 1,500, Swami. And Swami, while going in the wheelchair for darshan, Swami asked one of the boys sitting there, hey, how many have come? He had no idea. He said, Swami, 900. Swami came back to the veranda. And Swami, hey, he was telling 900. Swami, 2 more days are there, Swami, they are coming. So whatever is being done, it is a fact that Swami has done it. And, I am staying very, very near to Shiva temple in Aluva. The Shivaratri festival is very famous. And on the Shivaratri day, if I am going to the road, there is no need to walk. Lakhs of people will be there. They will push me to the temple. There is no need for walking. They will push me. Sai Ram, today I feel this is what is happening. Swami is pushing. I'm not walking. This is a fact. From my bottom of my heart, I am saying. I'm not exaggerating even a single. I'm only standing. I'm already standing. Swami's pushing, Swami's taking, Swami's doing. And once somebody asks Swami, Swami, you are doing everything, Swami. We know. Why you are giving the credit to people like us? Swami said, that is also part of my love. That is also part of my love. So whatever is happening in Kerala or the South Zone, so many things are happening now, sir. I will give an example. 5th June, after the pandemic. After the pandemic, all Nagara Sankirtan, all activities were stopped. So we thought June 5th would be an activity in all the 7 states of the South Zone. Contacted all the state president, gave a request to all of them. 5th, we will have Nagara Sankirtan. 5th, we will have Sahasranama Archana. 5th, we will have plant, because that is World Environment Day, we will have planting of saplings. Can we believe, brother? 32,000 people took part in the Nagara Sankirtan. 31,000 people attended the Sahasran. That means 3 crores archanas were done on that day, and nearly 11,000 saplings were planted on that day. It is an eye-opener. Swami says indirectly, hey, you are not the doer, I am doing, but I am giving the credit to you, and that is also, this is what is happening.
Absolutely. Allow yourself to be pushed and just be in the path so that the flow happens. Beautiful.
Yes,
That is I'm sure many of us would have felt it in different levels. How all you need is to be there, and that little step of opening the door, and then that journey that happens. Absolutely beautiful. Can't have a better Father's Day message from the Divine Father through you, Uncle, and praying that we get to hear more from you, and also the youth get to hear this satsang today. There's so much of takeaways in a very crisp manner, with precise references from the Divine Father. So all I can say is gratitude to dear Swami for making this happen week after week and bringing such wonderful souls such as you, Uncle, to address us and motivate us, clarify, and also reiterate that it is a one-to-one connect that we need to establish and keep the connection on for us to hear. Absolutely grateful to Swami for making this happen, and gratitude is the only word that I have to say at the end. Sai Ram, we shall finish off with Samasta Lokas. Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की जय. Sai Ram, Uncle, thank you. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers here and to the Divine Father. Sai Ram. Sai Ram.